Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And those dominoes, they continue to fall. We're going to talk about ESPN laying off a bunch of people as Bob Iger is having a renovation on his $33 million mansion.
But they're reportedly not related.
They're reportedly not related. Now, here's what my understanding of it is that ESPN has been a candidate to get sold for quite some time now. Iger said just a couple months ago they weren't going to sell ESPN, but it could be that ESPN laid a bunch of people off because they're trying to save money so they're profitable so they don't get sold.
So the story is ESPN made the cuts themselves. It was not a Disney mandate. But I think they're doing it because they had to hit certain financial targets ahead of probably the earnings call end of the quarter, which would have ended yesterday at Disney. And they had different things they had to hit, and I think it's to try to keep themselves from being sold off.
Yeah, and this is right after National Geographic laid off all their staff writers, their editors.
Was Disney.
That was Disney, but this is, ESPN's in a kind of a weird place because they've been on the decline for years, and there has been so much talk over the last 5 years even that they were going to sell ESPN off. Mm-hmm. And
just a few years ago, it was just hemorrhaging money.
I could see some company buying it as part of their streaming package.
Some Saudi prince.
Some Saudi prince, who's a big sports fan, wants to keep ESPN on the air. So let's.
I'm completely being serious by that. By the way, I'm not kidding. I'm serious when I say that.
Well, wasn't it? I thought the Saudis had something to do with the wrestling with WWE.
They do. They've been doing a lot of sports stuff.
Oh my God! They could buy ESPN. They could put WWE on ESPN.
I don't know, but I'm just saying. I know they have legitimately been buying up sports things.
Oh wow! So
that when I say that, I'm completely serious.
Who knows? So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
We'll come back to Bob Iger's mansion here.
That's just a funny aside that they really aren't related directly. Yeah, no, so ESPN laid off about 20 people on air talent. We're going to talk about the list in a minute. Now, they made it very clear that it was not part of the Disney layoff mandates. And I know this because I looked into it before I wrote the article on it yesterday because that was my first thought as well.
Yeah.
But it's not because of that. I think it might be indirectly they're being pressured to make cuts from Disney, but Disney didn't mandate this. This is not a part of their 7,000 cuts. I think they're going to end up being more than 7,000.
Yeah, it's going to be death by thousands of cuts is what it's going to be.
So, they said that instead of getting rid of employees underneath the on-air talent, after they already had a bunch of cuts under Disney's entertainment / they decided instead they were going to use this opportunity to get rid of people probably that they found trouble with or are problematic or they didn't like for whatever reason, or they wouldn't leave or something like that. I'm sure there's reasons beyond just the front-facing reason they'll give you. So they cut 20 on-air personalities to make those cuts they needed. To me, that seems like that's a lot of money they cut off because...
Yeah, there's definitely something going on. Like you said, just because Disney didn't directly tell them to fire these people, they can wash their hands of it and just be like, yeah, okay, well, you have to come up with X number of dollars.
They had financial goals they had to hit.
Right, to be saved. And if you cut this many, 20 people or whatever, like that's their
well, like I said, they thought about, they weren't going to cut the regular employees, ESPN employees, because they've already cut them with Disney. So they cut these people because they'll save more money by cutting these people. They said they were looking for, it wasn't personal. They were looking for, I don't want to say redundancies, but like efficiencies.
Yeah.
And I think they're just using this excuse to get rid of people that they couldn't get rid of. They said also beyond these 20 people, there will be more, but they won't be cut. Their contracts will not be renewed.
Yeah, they said the source indicated that many of those, this is coming from Deadline, the source indicated that many of those affected by the new cuts have contracts beyond June 30th. They'll be paid out accordingly.
Yes, because they don't, they'll get in a lawsuit.
Yeah.
So they'll have to pay out their contracts.
Parting ways will enable ESPN to avoid wider layoffs. So these are expensive on-air talent, and they can get rid of them and keep more grunts.
That was a much nicer, easier way of saying it than I was trying to say it.
And they can replace these people with AI avatars. We can have VTubers. We can have VTubers on ESPN. You can get like you can get an anime girl with basketball titties to read the news.
They could, but they're not gonna.
their ratings would go through the roof.
They're
She
not
had some
doing
big
it.
bouncy basketballs.
And there's a lot of anime that are based on sports now that are
Yeah.
crazy popular. Actually, it was funny because I think when they weren't running sports events. They were running some of the animes, weren't they? That were sports related.
I think they were.
I think they were. I can't remember. I'm pretty
Sports
sure.
adjacent programming.
Right. I think they were. So see, it's kind of related. But anyway, so here's a list of the people that are going to be gone, that are cut now, that they're going to be paid off for their contracts.
Yeah, I mean, we got Jeff Van Gundy here.
Yeah,
Jalen
16
Rose.
years he was there. So Jeff Van Gundy, Jalen Rose, was it Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman, Susie Colbert, Chris Celios? I don't know the names because I'm not a sports person.
I honestly haven't watched ESPN with any regularity in years.
I'm not
Like,
a sports
it's
person.
Garbage.
Matt
I don't watch it.
Hasselbeck, Steve Young, Rob Ninkovich, Neil Everett, Ashley Brewer, June Lee, LaFonso Ellis, Todd McShay, Jordan Cornett, Jason Fitz, and David Pollock.
All right, so here are the reactions. Susie Colbert. I think it's Colbert. I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch ESPN because it's garbage. Today, I joined the many hardworking colleagues who have been laid off. Heartbreaking, but 27 years.
Oh my God.
At ESPN. Holy shit.
What's not young enough? Not pretty enough?
So grateful for a 38-year career. So you started at 11? No. Longevity for a woman in this business is something I'm especially proud of. Let's see. Ashley Brewer, I'm so grateful for my time at ESPN and the opportunity to host Sports Center. I learned and grew so much as a broadcaster in person. I will really miss all the wonderful friends I made. Oh my God, can you say this? I know God has a plan for my life and I look forward to what's next.
That's probably why they got rid of her.
She can say that now because she's off the air.
Right,
June Lee, my time at ESPN is over.
What about diversity?
Incredibly grateful for all the opportunities I received over the last 4+ years. I got to live out my literal childhood dream job, worked with so many of the most talented people, and made so many friends. Really excited to see whatever
Y'all
comes
get a
next.
lot of friends, and they're all excited.
ESPN issued the following statement. Given the current environment, ESPN has determined it necessary to identify some additional cost savings in the area of public-facing commentator salaries, and the process has begun. I'm telling you, VTubers with basketball titties. It is pure gold. You will make so much money. So much money.
That's right. Just go hire somebody who knows about sports to talk into the microphone.
Dribble Chan. That's her name. Dribble Chan. And then she's got the
better than score.
she's got the basketballs. It could be like there's an old video game called Double Dribble, and she they bounce and I've dribbled. Dribble Chan.
No. Anyway, this exercise will include a small group of job cuts in the short term and an ongoing focus on managing costs while we negotiate individual contract renewals in the months ahead. So basically, we cut their asses, you're taking less money, or we're cutting your ass too.
$12 an hour. Who wants to work for ESPN?
And then you have to remember too, they went off air immediately, by the way. When this cuts were made yesterday, their shows everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, off air immediately, effective immediately.
Holy hell.
So they have to buy out their contracts. So if they owe them several years worth of money, and these people get millions of dollars, usually, they're going to have to buy out the entire contract. This is an extremely challenging process involving individuals who have had tremendous impact on our company, but you're all too damn old. These difficult decisions based more on overall efficiency than merit, you're too old, damn old, will help us meet our financial targets and ensure future growth. Dribble Chan.
Dribble Chan. I'm telling you, all you need is Dribble Chan. All you need is Dribble Chan. She can run the whole damn thing.
There you go.
And I like to play with balls.
Stop.
Oh my God, it would be awesome. I'm gonna start a Clownfish sports channel. We're gonna make Dribble Chan.
We're not.
She doesn't know anything about sports.
You don't know anything about sports either.
I really don't know a lot about sports.
either.
I'm not a sports fan, believe it or not. I'm not really.
I'm not either.
Boxing. I was into boxing.
Steelers, then I'm like, no, yeah.
I was into boxing. I was really
Terrible
into boxing.
towel.
And professional wrestling, which I guess is a sport-ish. It's sports
I was
adjacent.
a gymnast. Does that count?
It does for me.
I was a gymnast once upon a time. I could do that, but that's about it.
I was good at basketball in high school, though. They wanted me on the team.
Well, you're also very tall.
I'm also very tall. I was good at basketball. I was good at volleyball. But I don't really watch sports that much.
I was good at volleyball. I was good at tennis. I was good at those things. I was a gymnast, but that's about it. I was also dance, but mostly gymnastics.
We could have a gymnast VTuber too. Spread Chan.
No, we're not calling it Spread
Tumble Chan. Anyway.
Based on being called Cammy Chan.
Cammy Chan. There we go. So yeah, so they just like pull the plug on the shows as they're on air. Like
No, not as they're on air.
Would that be funny?
No, I think that they were scheduled and just didn't run it, or they ran it for the day and that was it. Like it was effective immediately. Like they're not like they're gonna have to, which is interesting. They're gonna have to shuffle.
Somebody comes over in a Mickey Mouse. Somebody comes over in a Mickey Mouse suit, just like taps them on the shoulder, whispers in their ear, and then they're just like, "Oh, I gotta go." You know?
When I did the story on Pirates and Princesses, I put Mickey with a big axe in his hand and in the ESPN logo.
Oh my god!
But it really wasn't. It turned out it wasn't really.
It is, but it isn't.
It is, but it isn't. Yes.
The official story is Bob Iger didn't do this, but the real story is they said we have to hit a revenue target, and the only way to do it is cut these people.
No, what probably happened was they were supposed to give a revenue target. They didn't get the watch. They didn't meet the watch and all that. They had to come up with the advertising because the advertising rates are down.
Yes.
They didn't hit their goals, so as a result, they had to make cuts, and it would be a lot less, political backlash for just cutting 20, on-air people that, are, a lot of them have, older or whatever, than it would be to just, turn around and say, yeah, we just got rid of like 200 or 300 more people again. Yeah. So they did it what they thought would be, and that way they can get rid of some of the people that are demanding a lot of money.
So what gets me is a lot of people are like, oh, ageism, they used
I don't know, everybody on the list isn't old. I'm just saying.
No, but I'm just saying in general, when they get rid of people in entertainment, they're like, oh, you're too old. It's like, no, the translation here, you're too expensive. Everybody's like, oh, we laid so-and-so off to get some fresh, young blood in here. It's like, no, because you can hire that person for half of what you're paying this other person.
You know who's cheap? Dribble Chan.
Dribble Chan is very cheap. She doesn't even have legs. She doesn't. She just bounces in the corner of the screen.
Like our avatars?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Sorry, anyway.
I would watch Dribble Chan.
But everybody's writing with this, and they're being like, Disney did it. And I'm sure they mandated the goals, but they didn't tell them. And ESPN decided internally what they were going to do to meet those goals, and this is what they chose to do when they didn't hit it on their own. There are rumors that they might sell ESPN. Iger said that wasn't going to happen.
He said a lot of things.
But now that looks like we're hearing now that it might indeed happen. I don't know. But that's okay. He just spent, but that's his own money.
That's his own money.
So he can spend $33 million. It's his own money, guys. He can spend that if he wants to.
This guy got like a $200+ million payout when he left Disney the first time. So I'm like, was this all a scam, Bob? Did you take the parachute and then come back a year later just to be like, oh yeah.
His mansion cost $33 million. That's not what the renovations cost. So that's kind of Yeah.
Oh, his mansion's only $33 million.
Right.
Only a $33 million.
Well, in California, that's like a $10 million house at our place.
Only a $10 million house. Mr. Beast lives in a $300,000 house.
If I had millions, I'd probably still live where we're at.
We'd have the nicest trailer you've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Solid gold trailer.
Oh, I have a house that lives underground, and the trailer was on top, so everybody thought you was living in a junky trailer, but your house is like amazing and it's underground.
That actually be pretty cool. We talked about that before. Like, yeah, that's what you do is you have like freaking 4-story house, subterranean dwelling. And then, you get into it, like, look at this little shack, and then you get this freaking underground mansion.
Except I know for a fact underground things leak, and you also would be kind of screwed if there was an emergency event.
Well, you would be able to probably safely navigate the nuclear holocaust.
And tornadoes.
You wouldn't have to worry about tornadoes. You might have, like, worms in your bed or something.
You might have to worry about earthquakes. And, Anyway,
I think we're wrapping this up. I don't know what else to say. Just everything's getting gone. It's all
Saturday.
imploding.
We don't have to be on the ball too much.
No, we don't. I really want to watch Dribble Chan. I do. Do you mind if I watch Dribble Chan?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not watching it. All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Talk later.
Bye.